Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to Altcoin Daily with Bitcoin Gorilla. And today we're going to be talking about COTI, and it is going to be a deep multi-time frame analysis. We're going to be looking at the monthly chart, the weekly chart, the daily chart, and if time permits us, we're also going to be looking at the 4 hours chart. If you know me, I do not use technical indicators, so you're not going to see anyone in this chart. If you're used to technical indicators, I do apologize. Not this time, not in this channel. Here, I have developed a strategy called the Bitcoin Gorilla Box strategy, strictly on price action, strictly on supply and demand. And it is this strategy that I'll be using in this analysis. And the good thing is, I'll be drawing it from scratch. So you're going to see every claims I'm making, you will have a better idea to judge for yourself if it's likely going to play out. Now, if you end up liking the strategy and my style and analysis, please do subscribe, give me a thumbs up. It helps me know that a lot of people want me to come and do update on COTI as soon as possible. Like I said, if you want to know more about Bitcoin Gorilla, please visit my website. I'll leave the link under this video. Visit makavelitraders.com where you're going to learn more about me. This is my community where you get to know more about me, get to learn the Bitcoin Gorilla strategy, and also get to trade with me. So I'll leave the link under this video so that you visit the website and learn more. But for now, let's dive into COTI, right? So I'm going to find the all-time support or all-time resistance, that's all-time sellers area, and I'm going to find the all-time what? All-time support. All ATH all-time high, all-time low. These are the two major things. Now, what this tells me is in the life history of QT, the highest price it has ever gone, where sellers hit it really hard, was around zero point 0.7 range. And the highest low it has ever dropped to was around 0.093 range, of which buyers came in and boom, the price went to the upside. Taking note of this, I can tell you there are other areas on the chart that are as important as these two areas. Now, if you look in the chart, this is weekly chart we're drawing this chart on. So we're going to do the drawing on weekly chart, then we're going to use the same drawing we did on weekly chart to try to analyze in different time frames. So you see, we do not need to draw every chart on every time frame, making the Bitcoin Gorilla Box strategy quite very interesting. So these are in your face kind of support and resistance area. Now, these are areas on your chart where buyers and sellers tend to show reactions very easily. So, in the case of support, buyers tend to buy more on support areas and sellers tend to sell resistance area. So, another name for support and resistance, another name for resistance area, you can call it supply area. Another name for support area, you can call it demand area. So, this is the Bitcoin Gorilla Box strategy that I talked about. First, I got the lines, the support and resistance line, but the lines are not enough because chances are high that each time they get pierced, I could get kicked out. And when price return to it, I don't know which line is going to stand the pressure of either buyers and sellers. So these lines easily break. Support and resistance are constantly breaking. So because of that, I've brought in the Bitcoin Gorilla strategy, and I'm going to go ahead to get the all-time support of the Bitcoin Gorillas box. It, like I said, it works with simple supply and demand, price action. That is what the basis of this box is all about. So that's the all-time supply, and this is the all-time. That is the all-time demand, and this is the all-time supply. I think it's very important we leave it here. So what I'm saying right here from this chart right here is, let me explain before we move further. This is the all-time demand area, buyers main important area in the history of QT, and this is the seller's most important area in the history of QT. So that is the first area I've taken note of, but these are not the only important area, because for some reasons known to QT, the price somehow seems to be stalking around this range, right? So, and this is an equilibrium, a sideways market, which tells me there's a hidden secret in that sideways market. So, this is why I am going to still, for the second time, bring in the Bitcoin Gorilla box strategy. So, I'm going to bring it in. So, this is the box strategy. So I am going to go ahead and let me zoom out a little so that I'll have a better view of what I'm doing. I think I need to adjust this up right there. Good. I need to get it right there. So now that I've gotten that, I need to get the support and resistance of this, my new inside box. So I have two boxes now, of which this is one and this is two, right? Two boxes. Take note of that. So I'm going to go ahead and get the support and resistance of my new box. So that's the most important supply area in that new box. And this is the most important demand area. So from this, I have a better view of what is going on here, right? But before I move forward, I want to see if there are sellers and buyers line I can get. So I'm going to try to see. The good thing about the box, like I said, is price action. It respects all patterns inside the box. So as much as you're using the box, you want to find the patterns. And the first pattern I'm going to use now, two tools I'm using to draw this whole entire drama you're seeing here. The first one is the trend line, and the second one is the rectangular tool. Just two tools. They are free tools, so you don't even need to have subscription to use them on TradingView. They are free tools. So, okay, I seems to see a very clear triangle pattern forming. But before the triangle pattern even began, I think there is a channel that was quite developed inside inside the box. So I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can get that channel that I'm talking about. Remember, each drawing I'm doing, I need a minimum of two touches. So there's a channel right there. So good. So I have gotten my channel, I've gotten my box, and it looks quite clean, right? So what I'm going to do next is start analyzing the chart. Let's get down to business. We've drawn the chart very simple, very fast. So we're going to start with 4 hours. We're going to move up. So we're going to do 4 hours daily, weekly, and then monthly, right? Okay. So this analysis before I start is no financial advice, and I'm a very honest person. I'll tell you the way I see it. How you react to it, what you do with it is up to you after now. So please, this analysis will be very, very plain with you. So according to this chart, I want to bring in this line. I see there's a line that broke right there. Hmm. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Let's see. Hmm. Not good. Let's take it out. Okay. Let's just work with what we have. That line wasn't never gonna work. Let me put it back and tell you why it was never gonna work. Because even if I try to, what I was trying to do is trying to find out the supply line they were respecting before they broke it, and they are trying to attack this particular line. Now, this particular seller line only has two touches, right here and right here. But I was trying to consider what happened before the second touch, because you can see obviously for a long time they kept dropping without even touching that second line until they broke. They were respecting a seller line, right? So they had about four touches before breaking and hitting to the top, and then returning back, breaking below the support they were even respecting before breaking the seller line, which means this was a fake out, right? And then they returned back to my support range. That's just what I see. But let's take the line out and then work with what we have here. So let's start breaking down. So here's what I see on QT, right? QT right now is sitting on an important range. The first thing you must know about my box is the bigger box, which is the one that is extended, is the most strongest support and resistance. So as far as support and resistance on this chart is concerned, price is more strong to take a reaction when price is within this range. A good example is this range. A good example is this range, right? So aside that, it's like area in command and assistance. After that, inside within the box is this particular supply support and resistance supply area. And there's no coincidence that right now QT is trading within the range of the support of the second box. And our second box function like, see these two box functioning like a pregnant woman. If there's a big stress on the price will dump, but it is likely that the let's just refer to this whole box as a pregnant woman, being the woman and this being the baby. So if something goes wrong, the woman is likely going to survive the stress, but the baby can easily be lost. So which tells you, yes, the baby is alive, but it is not strong, so strong like the mother itself. So with that at the back of your mind, you know that my box, the bigger box, has more strong support than the inside box. But chances are high the inside box will survive depending on the pressure that hits it. So where we are now, with that being explained, where we are now, chances are high of a bounce. Because why? There's a support. This is the baby support, the baby inside the mother support. The baby is nourished by the mother, the baby is taken care of by the mother. But though the baby is not that fully mature, it can break at any time. So our support can break easily than this support breaks. So when this, in a worst case scenario, we end up with the mother, right? Price breaks the support and end up with the mother. But so far, so good. With the constant pressure they've been putting on the baby, it's still standing. So this is why you have one and two and three. So they've dropped into the support range three times, but something always happen. When they drop, they always get a bounce, and then they try to stay at the tip of it, which is a good sign. They drop, they get a bounce, stay at the tip of it. Now they drop, they got a bounce, they stayed at the tip of it again. Good sign, and I liked such sign. So according to this is what I see happening on 4 hours. Now that I've given you a breakdown of what is happening, so let's dive into understanding the price movement now. So the price movement according to this box is this: price is moving up, right? Already we've already encountered a resistance and red. So the first is price is actually heading to 0.347. First, we need to break the seller line. This seller line we're expecting, we need to break it. But there's a good news is that they'll pull back. Yes, most likely they'll pull back, right? But chances are high they will continue the move to the upside. So I am going to draw a bias line here, which they are likely going to respect, because the good thing about this our triangle is they are at the apex of the triangle. So chances are high they are going to be breaking the triangle anytime soon. And the way they are moving, their chances are high they are going to break it to the upside, right? So we're going to see them move like this. So they could move and break out and move like this. Now, at worst case scenario, when they get here, they are likely going to push them down to 0.29. That is worst case scenario, but I see them instantly recovering and going back up. So either they get stopped, push at this, but they will be sure that they will get a reaction around 0.344 range. But that is just a mini reaction, because all these my lines, anytime you see a line, the lines are mini reaction. It doesn't stop the move, because my prediction, the box says if they leave the support, expect them to head to the resistance, right? It's the way it works. It's the way the mother works, is the way the baby works. So once they leave my support, I will expect them to get to the resistance. That's how the box work. The box helped me target big targets. I work with big targets, so it's more like a trend. But the small lines you see, these white lines you see, are more like points to watch out for. For maybe I want to take a little profit, or maybe I want to add to my position. These are points to take note of, because price is likely going to react to them. And one of these points I'm telling you in QT is around 0.4 to 0.4344 range. We're going to get that reaction, but be rest assured, even if they pull back, now this reaction could be that once they could get them stop around 0.39, before that 0.4, very close to 0.4, they will start getting reaction. In fact, 0.38, they will start getting reaction. The reason is, you can see in the past how they moved, then they move again, they move. But they will continue the push up. They will continue the push up. So even if they make a pullback that is extended, I'm always like putting my mind, what is the worst case scenario? So worst case scenario, they come again and they will move, but I don't see them getting that bad. But let's just say worst case scenario, they go that down to respect this bias line they are here, and they move, they will get to 0.49, 0.5. Between 0.49 to 0.62 is going to be a drama, because chances are high they will push them back down. And when they push them back down, this is where me and you we now have to go and look for bigger targets, right? We want a higher target, higher than 0.49, because on 4 hours, 0.49 would be a good target. Because remember, I've not zoomed in. So when you're zooming in, you find out that if I zoom in for you to see the candle, it is quite a long target. So here will be your target for 4 hours. But in terms of daily chart, we need a longer target, because daily chart will be need more patience if you want good back. And according to daily chart, yeah, we're going to get reaction around this point, like I said, 0.42, 0.4, and then we get to 0.48, 0.5. And then when we get to that point, there will be a reaction. Now, this reaction could put them down. Like I said, there will be a deeper reaction around 0.49, 0.5. There will be a deeper reaction. But my seller line said they could yeah, go a little up, and they could get to 0.6 if the pressure from this continues, because it is the pressure here that is still going to keep them pushing for them to clear the sellers that are here. And then we will return after they've cleared the sellers, and then we will make another move to the upside again on the week, on the what, daily chart. And we're going to move, what, this time around we're going to try to attack this 0.6. Time is very important. Patience is needed for this to happen. Remember, daily time frame take the minimum of week to play out. Monthly take the minimum of one and monthly take a minimum of 3 months to play, 1 year to play out. Monthly chart, weekly check chart take a minimum of 1 month, and we're on weekly chart. So to be honest with you, this particular target of 0.6 is on weekly chart, not daily, because they will need to first of all break out, right? And this is going to take them quite some struggle. Because why is it going to take them struggle? If you look in the previous past, there's quite some struggle, and here there won't be a difference. You can see the struggle happened here again. So one thing I know and I've learned from observing my chart is that history repeats itself, especially sideways areas, they repeat themselves. So we do see that sideways could buy will take us some time. So if you're on COTI, patience is needed. But I do see an upside coming, because after they break the 0.6 and then return, they are going to attack 0.7, 0.7 yet. They're going to attack yet the all-time resistance. And I see them actually making a higher move than that. Because why? If they are going to attack this 0.7, then they're going to respect our channel. Because remember, two parts operate in a channel, the buyers and the sellers. You can see equal sell, equal buy. Equal sell, we will expect an equal buy, right? So the move could get to 0.8. It's going to be more than that, but before that happens, I would have come to update you. That is, if you show me that you are finding this analysis quite interesting by giving me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to be updated whenever I make a post. So on the monthly chart, let's go deeper. Now, this is going to be, I like making my monthly chart analysis a little bit of just candlesticks, because why? There's enough candlestick and they are bold to work with. On the monthly chart, we see a bullish two candlesticks, right? One, two bullish candlesticks. And again, we have two bullish reversals. It's like there's a game here. So in a nutshell, there's a sideways going on in the daily chart, of which I see that if they can respect and keep what is happening, because this is an indecision candle, this doji, if they can pull up and close above 0.42, like I said that they are trying to do, then chances are high that they will maintain the move to the upside. But if they fail, chances are high that they will push them down to our major support area, and which is what, 0.2 range. I am hoping that doesn't happen. I am hoping that doesn't happen. So because our 0.2 range, as in fact 0.12, In fact, that's what I see. 0.12 at worst case scenario. They just come to this point at worst case scenario. But I don't see that happening.